and you're literally like, it's fine, it's okay. Let you step up as a manager. I need you to step up as my friend. Do you know how it makes me look? Hello.
Hi, my beautiful people. Welcome back to the Vibes and Visas episode, you guys. I am super excited, guys. For those who thought episode 1 was messy, episode 2 said, hold my drink, hold my tea, you guys. This is the rightful channel where we get to spill literally everything without leaving anything behind, guys. This is why we get to talk about all reality TV shows. We get to give our reviews and our opinions about all these reality TV shows. So today we are here for the Vibes and Visas episode 2, guys. Episode 2 said, Nina, hold my drink. Anyway, guys, without wasting time, I am Nina and I am the queen of the tea. Please go to the channel, subscribe, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification button so that whenever I post a new video, you're able to watch. Anyway, guys, I'm not going to waste any time. Let's dig deep down. Let's dive into the Vibes and Visas episode 2. So, guys, episode 2. Hey, just as I said in the first episode, guys, there is no way the employee and the boss will be on the same show and nothing will pop up. Definitely, I already told you guys. So today we see Ruthie and Mommy Deb being the boss and Ruthie being the employee who is the personal assistant, or call it personal assistant, and also the brand manager, where they're having issues. And then maybe Deb calls Ruthie aside so that they could sort their issues, like address the issue, literally come up with a solution, or maybe be on the same page. So I'm calling Ruthie. I was a little bit disappointed because I expected that at least also Mommy Deb was going to listen to Ruthie's side, because if you address something, okay, because these people claim to be friends at the same time, like best friends at the same time, boss and employee. And Michael, when Mommy Deb was telling us, he told us that Michael had said that there is no way you'll be a best friend to your employee. I would say Michael is right, because at this point at some point you want to be a friend, but then the other side wants to be like that boss, or this person will want a manager, and before you present the boss version. Anyway, guys, let's step down. Let's talk about Mommy Deb and Ruthie's situation. So Mommy Deb calls Ruthie aside so they could address the issue. So Mommy Deb tells their issue is they had booked a table, they had an outing, they had booked a table, and on booking the table, on coming, there was a gentleman already seated on the table. And like, just to some of us, just like Ruthie thought, okay, this is not something big, like literally it is something small. But then to people like Mommy Deb, it is everything. So Mommy Deb said she cannot be on another table with another man. Let's not forget, she's a married man. She's a married woman. So she said she cannot, as a married woman, she cannot be on a table with another man who's not her husband. Not in this Kampala where people have a lot to say, where people have opinions, literally. I'm not gonna lie. That point is correct. In Kampala, we have a lot to say. As long as we say you're on another table with another man, when you're a married woman, we have a lot to say. I would say Mommy Deb was right. But then I'll also say Ruthie was also, on the other hand, like, not wrong, because guys, sitting on another table with another person is okay as long as you're not doing anything. It is literally okay. Anyway, Mommy Deb got so pissed. I was at some point, she had the right to, because she had booked that table, so having to find another person seated on the table, they had all the rights. Ruthie, as her manager, had all the rights to tell the gentleman who's seated there to go away. And it says this gentleman, I don't know how, at some point it felt like Ruthie is supposed to cover everything, being the personal assistant. The manager is supposed to take the bad picture, because it said like the gentleman who was on the table ended up looking at Mommy Deb to be the bitch. At this point I'm like, okay, what's going on? Literally, Mommy Deb says she lost it and left the place. She decided to drag herself out of the situation, left and reached home, then blocked Ruthie. Okay, was it really up to that extent? Me personally, I don't think it was a big deal. It was something big that would end up like in a place where Ruthie is blocked everywhere. But then also Mommy Deb understood it, because she had to go on and explain to us, like literally she was not angry because of that. It was just an accumulation of so many things. The frustration, like literally it was accumulation of so many things, so that is why she was pissed. At this point I'm like, guys, can a boss and an employee be on the same show and something does not come out, I will literally say, I do not know how these people are going to do it on this show. I do not know how they are going to do it on this vacation or something. But it is literally, I think on every episode we shall be having something to address. Mommy Deb and Ruthie will be having something to address or something to do. Because you cannot be a boss and employee on the same show. I don't know how you people find it, but then I really feel like, I don't know, but then I really feel like at some point it cannot work out for me. I really feel like it will always be the same thing, even when you want the friend version. Because Ruthie cannot be two things. Remember, this person is your employee, is your best friend. So at some point she will not know which part to bring, literally which part to present. Is it the managerial part or personal assistant or the best friend part? At this point you can never tell which section or which person does Mommy Deb want at that time. Does she want the personal assistant? Does she want the manager? Or does she want the best friend? Anyway, it is what it is. But then to my disappointment, Mommy Deb addressed what she felt and left. But to me, I really feel like also Ruthie's side, we needed to see or to hear Ruthie's opinion about all that happened. Me personally, if you want us to address something, I also want to listen to the other side or to the other person is say, what does this person have to say about the situation? But then unfortunately, Mommy Deb just addressed how she felt and left. Ruthie was just left in the dilemma, like, okay, she felt like she wasn't understanding everything. It looked like she was in a dilemma of what's going on, because as she says, she's stuck in a dilemma of whether presenting the managerial part or best friend part. Literally, even that's you get stuck. You'll be like, okay, which person does she want at this point? Does she want a best friend, or does she want a personal assistant, or does she want the brand manager? Because to me personally, I really feel like it is kind of difficult. I really feel like we are going to be seeing very many situations or very many issues arise between Mommy Deb and her personal assistant or best friend Ruthie. Anyway, let's go to the pairings part where these people had to do the rooms. But then before we do that, let's talk about the evening. Guys, I do not know why I really feel like all these casts of vibes and visas have something to say about Ella, or call it, I don't know why I like her. I like calling her the Nantumbre. I think it is the name I'm really used to. I don't know why. But I really feel like all these casts are kind of intimidated by this Nantumbre lady, or call her Ella. Because literally everybody had something to say about Ella. Everybody. First of all, let's talk about Jean and Jemima. Jean and Jemima were at the bar. Literally, they were at the bar seated, they came up at the next minute, like, hi, that part of catching up is done, and the next minute we hear is, what do you think about her? I think it was Jemima who asked Jean what she thought about this Ella girl. Oh, to me, it is giving all these casts are literally intimidated by this Ella woman. Because what's going on? So are you Jemima first? I don't know why I really feel I want Jemima to prove me wrong, but it is really giving Jemima ears to first. Because at first she says, she's a sweet girl, she feels kind of used, and when Jean mentioned something like, oh, she looks like somebody who could like start up like some case or some drama, or somebody who could, someone who came ready for the drama. And Jemima is now saying, oh, she looks spicy. And I'm like, okay, what literally is going on? Why does everybody have something to say about, Jemima? And there is this statement Jemima came up with, where Jemima said she is not here to resurrect someone's career. She's here to, take herself to the top. Already, Jemima, that statement is already giving, you're not here for staycation. It is already giving competition masked as, friendship. Jemima, it is already giving, you are not here for this, staycation, like friendship, like having fun. It is giving you're here in some silent competition, just, masked as, this Musketeers friendship. I do not know why, but then I'm literally getting to find Jemima like Two-Faced. Anyway, it is what it is. Speaking about these people being intimidated by this Ella woman on Antombwe, we also had a version where Mommy Deb in the morning, Mommy Deb also had something to say. Ella was, Ella was giving Mommy Deb an average, average part, and she said, the way Ella was dressed, it was average, and I'm like, okay, what's going on? Why would Mommy Deb, out of all these people, have something to say about Ella? Like, Mommy Deb, I hope nothing is there, but then I do not want to say it is some silent competition or you're kind of intimidated by this Ella person. Somehow, somewhere. Then there is also this part where Sonia and Boogie Junior had also something to say about, Ella, where Junior said Ella looks to be a mature person, like literally, like what's going on? Why does everybody have something to say about? Why is Ella's name popping up in most of these conversations these people are having early on this vacation, whatever it is? Everybody has something to say about Ella. Come on! If you have something, why don't you go to her? Like, try. I really feel like these people should try to, get to Ella, try to know her, try to catch up with her. Maybe that is when somebody could come up with some, things to say about her. But then all these conversations going behind that, it is already giving these people so intimidated by Ella. And guys, it all started when Esther bowed for this Ella woman. Yes, she was once a Miss Uganda queen. Yeah, definitely, she's still the queen. And at this point, it is giving everybody is intimidated by her. I do not know why, but it is what it is. So guys, let's get to the pairing, how these people are paired. First of all, what happened to the host? Because the way the host was saying, this way was supposed to follow instructions, I thought it was literally going to be something they were going to consider. But then to my disappointment, some people, even when they were paired to some rooms, some people did not sleep in those rooms. We do not know why. Probably. Is the host going to give us a proper explanation as to why? Because we expected rules to be rules, instructions, instructions. But it is what it is. First of all, Esther and Ruthie, let's not forget the tension they had in episode 1. So Esther and Ruthie were paired together. Definitely, they were supposed to sleep in the same room. At this point, I was like, drama. And at this point, I was kind of excited to see what will happen between Esther and Ruthie. I'm not gonna lie, I was excited about it, having to know they were paired together. But then to my disappointment, Ruthie came out to say she would rather sleep on the floor than share a room with Ruthie. I do not know where respect went, and it felt like respect left the room at that very minute, because you cannot mention something like that because it is kind of mean, but it is what it is. And Ruthie had to go back. I think it was a reception, because we saw her call somebody, like asking if somebody was there, and she would say she would rather book herself. She can book herself another room other than sharing the same room with Esther. At this point, me personally, I was kind of disappointed, because in the first episode, the host was all mentioning rules. We're supposed to follow rules will be rules. At this point, I felt like these people were supposed to share the room. If it is the person you were paired to, you were supposed to share the room. We do not care whether you can afford, like paying off another room or getting yourself another room. I felt like you are here for something. Instructions were supposed to be instructions. We do not know why other people were able to get themselves other rooms. Why? We also do not understand why people exchanged rooms. That is something we do not understand. We as the viewers, we do not know why, because we expected paired people to be in the same room. At this point, I'm going to say I was disappointed in that. But then it is what it is. Anyway, guys, these people did not share the room. I mean Ruthie and Esther. Remember, Esther is not somebody who does not want to share a room with anybody, because she says she prefers being in her own room, like staying alone in her own room. Then another thing, married women, the married casts were not paired to anybody. I really feel like there was that respect attached to them. So our Mommy Deb did not have a roommate, and also Ella did not have a roommate. I don't know about Mommy Deb, because there was a part in the breakfast where she said Michael was there do not know because we've not seen Michael. So those two people did not have roommates. I feel like there was that respect given to them. So guys, let's talk about Damari. So Damari was paired to Boogie Jr. And at first, before going to the room, Damari was talking about she wishes she's not paired with who? With Boogie Jr. Because definitely both of them have nothing to talk about since both of them have not traveled. Damari has only gone to Kabale, whereas Junior has just gone to high school back at the destination they are at right now. At this point, I'm like, okay. But then, to her disappointment, Damari was paired with who? With Junior. We don't know whatever conversation, whether Damari was now having a conversation or jazzing Junior about Kabale, because that is where she has traveled, or maybe it could be some other conversation from somewhere out of the blue, trying to catch up, trying to fit in the society, or making themselves comfortable. So anyway, guys, let's go to the most dramatic pair.
Bedtime. I can't do music at bedtime. I just want to sleep. I'll do all those things during the day.
Okay, don't be offended. This is coming from a good place. But why are you... Okay, boring is... for lack of a better word, why are you boring? She is boring, plain and simple. Because baby, no music, no this. My energy is here. Sheila's is here. I cannot, for anyone's life.
So guys, Sonia was busy talking about, she wishes she's not paired with Shada or Damari, since she feels like those people are the most boring people, and like the energy does not match. She feels like her energy is here, and Shada's energy is down here, so she feels like she shouldn't be paired to Shada. But then, to her disappointment, Shada was her roommate. Hey. I'm not gonna lie, I really saw that drama coming, because when Sonia entered the room and she looked at Shada, the smiling face turned gaze, her facial expression changed, and like you can read that disappointed face. She was really disappointed, and straight away Shada told her, she does not do music in the night when it's sleep time, or she does not have stories like talk, or like she does not do anything because it is bedtime. And Sonia was straightforward, straight and simple. Sonia said, "Why are you boring?" At this point, I'm like, okay, yes. At this point, I really feel like mismatches turned out to be personal insults. Like, why are you bothering? At first, Shada took it like slightly up, not until Sonia mentioned something like she feels like, she said, is there any possibility that they could change rooms with others, because they really feel like they should keep the boring people together. And that is where Shada now started, she started feeling like something is not right, literally. Because why would you, you would stand it is one day, or maybe you would just, try to change rooms with anybody and maybe keep it down. But for the fact that now you're done asking the person why she's boring, and the next thing you're saying, you feel like they should exchange rooms and keep the boring people together. Sonia, yeah, I like the energy, but at some point I really feel like that was so straightforward. Anyway, it is what it is. The mismatches. The energy mismatches turned out to be personal insults, but it is what it is. I'm kind of enjoying this drama. I'm enjoying literally everything from this. At some point, at least it is giving, we're expecting more and more and more out of this, staycation or vacation, whatever it is. Anyway, guys, let's talk about Mommy Deb. So it is Mommy Deb's morning, and Mommy Deb is talking about Ella gave her an average, an average vibe, an average thing, the way with her introduction, like when she came in, the way she dressed, like she feels like it was so average. Mommy Deb. At some point, it's already giving Mommy Deb is intimidated by this Ella person. I do not know why, but it is already giving that. Anyway, it is what it is. Anyway, guys, it is morning and it is breakfast time. Thanks be to God. The morning is here, and like everybody's looking good. Esther in pink, Junior in black, Ruthie in an orange nice dress, and Mommy Debs, that was, I would say, green. Everybody was looking good. Ella in white and black, and everybody was literally looking good and ready for the day. And it is breakfast time. So before breakfast, Junior and Sonia were alongside the pool, where they were having a little catch up, like a little chatting. And that is why Junior mentioned something like, Ella is a mature person. Guys, anyway, this is kind of getting. Anyway, it is what it is. It is breakfast time. We're all here to enjoy the breakfast. They're all there looking good. And whoever prepared that breakfast, guys, I think I'll go to that place for literally to have that breakfast, because the breakfast was really a heavy one. Most of the things were there. I liked the setup. Everything was ready for them. I'm not gonna lie. If I have that breakfast, I'm not sure I will have lunch, because everything was literally a lot. Anyway, getting to the breakfast, everybody is here, and like Sonia wants to still go back to this thing of Esther bowing for Ella, and I'm like, okay, at this point I felt like I'm done with this conversation. Esther had explained her side, you believe it or not, but then me personally, I never wanted to go back to the same conversation. Me personally, I was done with that part. I really wanted new drama. I really wanted to know what happened in the night, like for these pairings and the people who had no roommates, like what really happened. I was just eager for the conversations. I never wanted to know about Esther and Ella's situation. I now wanted new drama. So we're here and everybody is here definitely, like Sonia wants to bring back the conversation, and I like that they did not have to dive back, even though Mommy Deb had something to say, where she mentioned something like, oh, she believes in God, but then Esther, Esther worships, and I'm like, okay, Mommy Deb, I see you. Anyway, it is what it is. And Esther asked them, how was your night, apart from the issue of apart from her issue, and Ella, like, how was everybody's night? I like the fact that she blushed it off, because it would have been another long conversation, and we cannot have the same conversation all the time. Mommy Deb made a statement where she said, Ella, she's sure Ella has been in marriage for 4 months, and she's already running away from the marriage. Or is it that is she running away from marriage, or are they just her? And at this point I'm like, Mommy Deb, are you trying to get something from Ella? At this point I was like, Mommy Deb, I see you. I do not know, but then I really feel like all these people, all these vibes and visas were Mommy Deb's people from the Kampala cream, just like I told you in episode 1. And I really feel like at some point, maybe, is Mommy Deb scared that Ella is not on her side? Or is it that, could it be that all these people, let's not forget, just as I said in episode 1, all these casts were Mommy Deb's fans. But then Ella, we're not sure. But these other people were Mommy Deb's fans. At this point, I'm like, okay, Mommy Deb is sure about all these other house, I don't want to call them housemates, all these other casts, but then she's not sure about Ella. I really feel like Mommy Deb wants to really know where Ella stands. Is Ella also, like, have fun, or is Ella just on her own? It is really giving Mommy Deb is shooting questions. It really looks like Mommy Deb really wants to get something from Ella. Yes, it is giving Mommy Deb wants to get something from Ella. So, Mommy Deb saying Ella has now settled in her marriage for 4 months, and she's already giving, like, literally. So she shot a question and said she wanted to know what what's their husbands, boyfriends, or their parents think about them coming to this staycation. And literally, I'm not gonna lie, it sounded like it was directed to Ella or than this Nantumbo Daddy. And thankfully, it also feels like Ella already knew that Mommy Deb is directing this question to her, is giving this question like, yo, look. And, like this Ella woman said, her husband does not think much about it. She thinks like, oh, it is nice. Like, she told her to go literally have fun, like really enjoy herself. Like, she did not think about anything necessarily. And at this point, I'm like, Mommy Deb, are you really satisfied with this answer? I'm sure Mommy Deb is not satisfied with this answer. I'm waiting for more questions from Mommy Deb. I'm sure more questions will be coming up because it really feels like Mommy Deb wants to know something, wants to like get something from Ella. That is what it is giving, but it is what it is. Then it was Damari's turn. So guys, Damari, but then without forgetting, let's still go back to the morning before the breakfast. You know why it feels like Mommy Deb and Ella are not going to be on the same page. Because tell me why Mommy Deb in the morning is talking about Ella being average, and like the way she dressed that Ella was average, and guess what? Also, Ella came out to say, she feels like the person she's not compatible with is Mommy Deb. Should we sense something? Should we sense drama? Or one of them is going to be the mature person and maybe, like blush it off. We do not know. Anyway, it was Damari's part. And Damari was about the question how the people felt about them coming for the staycation. Damari came out to say, the boyfriend, we shall call that person the boyfriend, because literally we know she didn't know, when they asked the married people, we did not see her raise her hand. So she says the boyfriend was happy about it. Actually, it was the boyfriend that dropped her off, and like the boyfriend is happy about it, and he's happy because Damari gets to like go outside, make new friends, like literally. And everybody's like, that is so nice. Pretenders, two-faced people. Hey. And everyone was like, wow, that is so nice. That is so good. Mommy Deb comes out to ask, how long have you been together? When Mommy Deb asked that question, like, how long have you been together? I knew something was coming up. I knew there was some drama. And then Damari answered like, oh, she thinks 5 years and above. Like, she literally thinks more than 5 years. And remember that, you think? Yay! Guys, you think? At this point, I was like, yo, what is happening now? What is happening? And it was a lot. And literally everybody had a lot to say. And so they asked Damari, how old are you? And Damari told, was it 23, 22? And they went ahead to ask her, how old is the man? 31. And everybody literally had a lot to say. Some said, oh, he's a groomer. The others said, Mommy Deb literally said it is giving, like daddy issues. Literally everybody had a lot to say. And this is when Jemima asked, like, oh, is he going to marry you? At this point, I'm like, wait, Jemima, wait. How? You guys, I do not know. But then, why would somebody ask something like that? Because definitely, me personally, I thought you are sure or this person is going to marry you after this person proposes to you for the marriage. I did not know that, you meet this person and, you're sure this person is going to marry you, because we've seen people break off even engagements. So, what do you mean? Is this person going to marry you? Jemima, do you know if somebody is going to marry you before this person proposes or something? Because me personally, I fear men. This man can even propose and even not marry you. Anyway, Jemima asked if the man was going to marry Damari. At this point, I was already giving. These are the same people who said, oh, wow. These are the same people who looked at, they were happy for her. And now they were asking a lot of questions. That literally, asking them a lot of questions. I'm like, yo, hey. And it was the way Damari was trying to defend her man. And Jean asked, girl, you're defending a man? Girl, you're defending a man? Jean. I'm not saying Jane, like you're right, but it is her man. Let her defend her man. If they break up, they'll break up. It is okay. Let her defend her man. So Damari went ahead to defend her man, talking about this where they came from, talking about there was a time where her and her mother were hustling, like trying to raise school fees tuition, and they were making books. This is when this man came up. And you know, maybe there with this thing of it is giving daddy issues. Like, guys, she's already giving drama. I'm not gonna lie. I really feel like, yes, Damari inside her is already asking herself why she had to tell the story. You know, sometimes you bring out the story or you tell the story, and definitely after telling the story and you see people's reactions, you see what people have to say about it, you really start regretting, like, why did I even share the story? Anyway, it is what it is. People had a lot to say about Damari's relationship, and this is where Ella said after Damari mentioning her age, where Ella told her, "Oh girl, your 20s are your youngest years, and you never get to have them back." And you know, like, she was advising she should have like literally multiple people, or like she cannot settle at that age because the 20s are the youngest ages. Like, also Jemima asking her if she has, you know, like other options, and you know, like, it was already giving. These people, if I'm not mistaken, Damari, I do not know if any other conversation still happens about your man. I'm sure Damari will start having thoughts, like different thoughts with her relationship, whatever it is. Anyway, guys, speaking about that, they stopped on Damari. They did not go to the other person. And you know, like, they had a lot, and this is where Esther came out to address that she wouldn't want to be like to share a room again with Sonia. You know, like, just as I said, some people did not sleep in their rooms, some people exchanged rooms. Sonia slept in Esther's room. We really cannot wait to see the drama uncover, because it did not uncover the way we expected it, but we are waiting. We know it's something will uncover. We are literally waiting for the drama. Only our Jemima came out to mention something like the only person Esther will be attached to will be her child. And you know, Sonia came out to give a comment like, yo, that is only if she will have a child. I'm not gonna lie, Sonia, I like you. I like her self-awareness and her confidence, but then that was a mean statement. You cannot tell somebody like that is if she has the child. Like, that was kind of mean. But it is what it is. We're here to enjoy the show. We are here to have fun. Anyway, guys, I don't know what you people think. But speaking about, without forgetting the pairing, guys, Jemima was paired with Jean. Definitely, for those people, I'm not like, I wasn't surprised. First of all, they come from the same region. They're all from Karamojar. Definitely, it felt like sisterhood. And tell me why Jean is carrying like a full suitcase of snacks. Jean, why? To a hotel? It is what it is. Maybe those are, you know, like probably her preferred snacks. You know, it is. As long as you carry something you feel comfortable with, it is okay. Anyway, guys, speaking about all that, I don't know what you think about these casts, literally on a personal basis. And if you were a cast on this show, which person wouldn't you want to share a room with? Like, put that person in the comment section. Which person wouldn't you want to share a room with? And another thing, do you people really feel like Ella is misunderstood, or do you think she is messy herself? What do you think about Ella? Why does everybody have an opinion to say about Ella? What do you people think? Let's get to the comment section. Then another thing, let me know your opinion about Mommy Deb and Ruthie, employee and employer, being on the same show as us. Let me know what you people think in the comment section. Let's get to the comment section and give our opinions. I love you guys. In my next episode. Bye.